Hello, welcome to Unseen Horrors. Today, let's review a 2021 action horror thriller film titled Blood Red Sky. The movie opens with a chaotic scene. A transatlantic flight makes an emergency landing at a remote British RAF base. Soldiers and emergency services surround the plane. A little boy, Elias, emerges from the aircraft alone, and authorities are stunned and want to know what happened. As they begin their investigation, the story unfolds in flashbacks, taking us to the beginning of the flight. We are introduced to Nadia, a pale, sick-looking woman, and her young son, Elias, who are boarding a night flight from Germany to New York. Nadia seems to suffer from a rare blood condition. She injects herself with medication regularly and wears a wig to hide hair loss. Elias is protective of her and helps her manage. They are heading to New York so Nadia can receive experimental treatment for her condition, though it's clear something deeper is going on. Not long after takeoff, a group of well-organized hijackers takes control of the plane. They're led by Berg and include a psychotic wildcard named 8-Ball. Their real plan isn't political, it's financial terrorism. They want to crash the plane and frame it as an act of Islamic terrorism to manipulate stock markets and profit from the chaos. They disable the flight crew, sabotage communications, and take over both the cockpit and cabin. Nadia tries to protect Elias when things get violent. She's taken to the back of the plane and shot by 8-Ball, seemingly killed. But she doesn't die. Instead, she wakes up, fangs growing, eyes glowing. It's revealed that Nadia is a vampire. The illness she's been suppressing isn't cancer or a blood disorder, it's vampirism. Years earlier, while traveling in Eastern Europe, Nadia and her husband were attacked. Her husband was killed, and Nadia was bitten by a vampire. She managed to escape, but the infection slowly took hold. She has been living in hiding, using medication and blood bags to keep her monstrous urges at bay, all for Elias. Reborn in vampire form, Nadia begins to pick off the hijackers one by one, using her powers of speed, strength, and healing. She's violent and ruthless, but she still tries to protect the innocent passengers, especially Elias. Elias later discovers her secret and is horrified but also understands that she's still his mother, doing everything for him. Things spiral out of control when 8-Ball, obsessed with Nadia, captures her and extracts her blood. He injects himself and transforms into a vampire as well. But unlike Nadia, he completely embraces the bloodlust. Now a second, out-of-control vampire is on board, and he begins spreading the infection to other hijackers. The situation turns into a mid-air vampire outbreak. The passengers are caught between terrorists and vampires, unsure who to trust. Nadia and Elias try to stop the spread. Nadia kills several newly turned vampires. She also battles 8-Ball multiple times throughout the film. But each time, the cost is high, and she begins losing control, becoming more feral and bloodthirsty. They manage to communicate with an air traffic tower and request an emergency landing, but the military is hesitant. They've seen the chaos on board. The plane finally lands at the RAF airbase in Scotland. The military prepares to storm the aircraft. Elias escapes and tries to tell the soldiers what happened, but they don't fully believe him. Meanwhile, on the plane, Nadia is now severely wounded and barely clinging to her humanity. Worse, some of the vampires have survived and are attacking again. To prevent the infection from spreading, Nadia makes the ultimate sacrifice. Realizing she's too far gone and that she could soon attack Elias herself, Nadia says goodbye to her son. Elias, heartbroken but understanding, leaves the plane and lures all the vampires, including 8-Ball, who survived, back on board using blood. Once everyone is inside, Elias triggers a bomb left by the hijackers. The plane explodes in a fireball, killing Nadia, 8-Ball, and the remaining vampires, stopping the outbreak from spreading to the outside world. The military and media struggle to understand what happened. Elias is safe, but deeply traumatized. The truth that his mother was a vampire who gave her life to protect him and stop a global catastrophe remains largely hidden from the world. The film ends with Elias clutching his mother's necklace, walking away quietly as the sun rises. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Unseen Horrors for more videos like this.